We got to talk about Jalen Hurts. The box score is not going to tell you the full story, but it is going to tell you a story we've heard all year long. This is the first interception he threw against the Chargers, and you can see Deshaun Hand is very clearly dropping into coverage. And the issue is Jalen Hurts is looking that way the entire time. He not only sees him dropping into coverage, but I'll show you the other angle in a second here. There are multiple defenders in there anyways. This is a timing route with A.J. Brown, and he just forces the ball. You can see as A.J. Brown gets into this break, there's not only a defender on him, but there's another dropper. And Hurts, again, is looking there the entire time and still tries to fit it into some window. This is what I mean when I say the box score will not always tell the full story. You can see the second interception, Devontae Smith is going to fall down, right? He's slipping. This is an awesome play by Dante Jackson as soon as Jalen Hurts lets go of this ball to break on it. But you can see Devontae Smith is slipping on this route, and Dante Jackson does an awesome job to get in front of it and take the ball. But we have to be honest with the box score in both ways. This play was ruled an incompletion because the Chargers couldn't get their elbow underneath the ball. This could have been a fifth interception, guys. This is cover two man across the board. First of all, none of these routes against an inside leverage coverage are going to work. But Jahan Dotson actually does a pretty good job of winning up top here. But Jalen Hurts has to force this ball into such a tight window, and he straight up just airmails it like it's not close. Again, got to be real with the box score here. He has A.J. Brown on this in-breaking route, and the ball maybe a tad bit high shouldn't be going through A.J. Brown's hands like that. Then on the final pick, Jalen Hurts straight up got baited like we're playing Madden. On a 1st and 10 in the red zone where Dallas Goedert is running the flat and Jahan Dotson's running a 7 to the corner of the end zone, potentially a game-winning touchdown, you got to know, and this is a great play by Cam Hart, you got to understand what the DB wants to do here, right? He wants to take this ball away from you. And as Jalen Hurts rolls to the right as Dallas Goedert is with him in the flat, you can see it's a little bit tighter to Dallas Goedert than it is to Jahan Dotson. So if Jalen Hurts wants to put this football into Jahan Dotson, he's got to throw it over the defender. But this is a great play, again, by Cam Hart because he puts his left foot in the ground, as you can see, and immediately gets back up into the throwing window, and Jalen Hurts on the run. This is an extremely hard throw to make. This is a forced pass, if we're being real, and it doesn't get there. Again, a great play by Cam Hart, but you got to be able to layer that ball if you're making the throw. It is not all Jalen Hurts' fault, and we've seen in the past he can win big games and perform on the biggest stage, but when you watch things like this, you question what's going on.